Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We have some people still in the foyer making their way in, the vestibule as we call it here. Sometimes you start with a melody that we'll sing later on. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Feel free to join in. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. So, welcome to those who were just at dinner. Welcome into our sanctuary. For those that are just arriving, welcome to our sanctuary. And Shabbat Shalom to all of you. Oh, see, the people at dinner heard me do this already. Shabbat Shalom is a high joy, high energy kind of time. We rest, but there's also a lot of joy. So I tend to say it, some people would say too much, but I love a good Shabbat Shalom. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Awesome, awesome. All right, so to start us off, I'd like to invite up Karen Friedman to give us some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is Karen Friedman, and on behalf of the Bethel Board of Trustees, I would like to welcome you to the Shabbat service. It's so nice to have so many guests here tonight with us, so thank you guys so much for being here. I'm full from dinner. I don't know about you, but if you are new or visiting, please introduce yourself to me or Rabbi Dime after the service for a warm welcome. We're delighted to celebrate Shabbat with you. A couple upcoming programs. April 3rd is Miriam Seder, led by the Bethel Sisterhood, and everyone is welcome, men too. So please join us for this beautiful event. RSVP deadline is actually tomorrow. And then our Pesach, or Passover second night community Seder is Sunday, April 13th at 5 p.m. Adults and children are welcome. It's a community-wide event, and members and non-members alike will be joining us, and please RSVP by April 1st. Bethel is honored to host this year's community-wide Yom HaShoah service on April 23rd at 7 p.m. Again, this is a community-wide event, so join us as we come together with representatives from across the community, along with local Holocaust survivors and their families, to remember, reflect, and honor. Dessert and refreshments will be served. So please join us for this meaningful evening. And then lastly, we're going to have another Spread Cream Cheese Not Hate follow-up educational program on May the 4th here at Bethel, where we're going to have one of our second-generation Holocaust survivors will be sharing her story, her grandmother's story. So thank you, everybody, and Shabbat Shalom.
So now we turn to page 128, 128, for that melody that I was just singing. For those that don't know it, it's Hine Matov. And so at the top of page 128, how good and how pleasant it is that all of us can dwell together. And we're going to be in this book. It has like the little flame looking like in the gold. There's another blue book, the same color blue, but we want the one that's got the flame on the front of it. So if it's not right in front of you, it should be somewhere close by. I'll give you a second to grab the right book. If you haven't found one yet, raise your hand. We'll make sure you get one. Everyone's got. Okay. So top of page 128. Please join in. Hine ma tovu manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Good stuff. Anytime there's a word, a song that you don't know the words to, it is a very Jewish tradition to join in on Yai Lai Lai. So when I say please join in, I mean it. Even if you don't speak a word of Hebrew, get the melody, join in on Yai Lai Lai. You are more than welcome to sing with us tonight. You're welcome to be here. So we turn now to page 120, 120, and we're going to sort of relight the candles for bringing in Shabbat in this room, in this sanctuary, for all of us. And so to help me with the lighting of the candles, I'd like to invite up our president, Joy Schultz, and Mike Aronson as well. And we'll turn from 120 to get to page 123, but we'll start with page 120. 120. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, Shel Shabbat. And now we turn to page 123, 123 for the Kiddush, the blessing over the wine. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila, למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי באנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך, באהבה ורצון הנחלתנו, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים. Thank you. Is that better? All right. So thank you, Joy, and thank you, Mike, and thank you, Karen. And again, we'll be calling up more people later on during the service to help out. So I appreciate everyone who's here to help and for all the work and all the help you've already done. So we turn now to page 142, 142. And I'd like you to join with me in Shalom Aleichem. We here are asking the angels, the ministers of God, to join us this Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And now we turn to page 146, 146. I invite you to rise in body or spirit for the Baruch Hu, for our call to worship. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated. And now we continue with our service on page 148, 148. Please join with me in the English. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. And so it's our tradition here in the synagogue to actually say the last line in Hebrew, even if we've just said the English. So anybody who's coming up here to say the English, and I jump in after you to say the last line in Hebrew, no offense meant. It's just the way we do things here, and I figured it was easier for me to do the last line in Hebrew than to ask everybody else to memorize it. So that being said, I invite us to turn to page 150, 150, and it's my honor to invite up the Reverend Tom Reeder from Christ Church to lead us.
Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Thank you very much. Now we turn to page 152, 152. I invite you to rise in body or spirit. This is our creed, the creed of the Jewish people, the Shema, and it's very central. This is about monotheism, the beginning of monotheism. Please join with me. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated. And now the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu lototafot beinegnecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha L'man tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedushim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem Emet. And now we turn to page 159, 159. And in our tradition is always evolving. And so even since the publication of this book, we wind up changing some of the English words, some of the liturgy. And so in a sec, when we join together on 159, I'll invite you to sing the song of people joined in understanding and respect. Because as we learn and grow and change, there's always something new. So please join with me, page 159. Sing the song of people joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. And we look back to page 158, 158, for our people's song of redemption, the Michamocha, which we sang on the shores of the sea after God redeemed us from Egypt. And those of you who are with your pulse on the calendar, your fingers on the pulse of the calendar, know that Passover is coming. So I'm hoping that all that Passover energy, we can channel it into our Michamocha tonight. So bring it. And even if you're thinking more about Easter than about Passover, Easter's also coming, same tradition. So bring your Easter spirit to this Michamocha. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefele, Nora tehilot osefele. Malechutecha ra'uvanecha, bokei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze Eli anu ve'amru, Ze Eli anu ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, Ugalo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. And so, we turn from singing our song of redemption to a song recognizing on page 160 about how there is still so much that we are praying for in the now, so much that we are praying for this Shabbat. And one of those things is a shelter of peace, a Sukkot Shlomecha. And so the Hashkivenu is all about that. It's all about inviting God to help us to build a shelter of peace after whatever difficulties we've faced in this last week, whatever personal, professional, spiritual difficulties we might be hanging on to from this last week. I invite us all to join together in praying that God can help us to build a shelter of peace together for this Shabbat. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Now we turn to page 162 for the Bishamru. And the Bishamru is more of a high energy song, so we sing the chorus several times. Feel free to come in on the Yai for that, or if you know all the words, please join with me on all of those. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat L'dorotam berit olam V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat L'dorotam berit olam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam Oti le'olam V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat L'dorotam berit olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash shavat vayinafash Shavat vayinafash v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Beautiful. I'm hearing a lot of good singing, and I'm hearing a lot of good Hebrew and Yalalais, so please keep it coming. And so now we turn to page 164 for the tefillah portion of our service. And we actually have in the program sort of walking through each page turn and each part of which part of it each part is. So feel free to join in on the Yalalais, read the English, whatever you're comfortable with. We're going to rise in body or spirit on page 164. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. You may be seated. And we turn to page 175, 175. It's my honor to invite up Reverend Helen Jackson of St. Andrew AME Church. Page 175.
You are with us in our prayer, our love and our doubt, and our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service.
Baruch atah Adonai, shodcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. And now we turn to page 177, 177. And I'd like to invite up Donna Rex, ordained elder at Palms Presbyterian Church. Yes, ma'am.
When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ucha na'eh lehodot. And now we turn to page 178, 178 for Shalom Rav. Because for all of these blessings and all of these things that we are grateful for, we are still praying for peace. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, tasim leolam. Ki atahu melech adon, lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon, lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, tasim leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael, b'chol et u'b'chol sha'a, bishlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. And so, in a few moments, we're going to sing our blessing for healing. And when we do, to open the ark before we start, sort of in order, I'll ask the teens to come up and have the honor of opening the ark. We don't want to light the ark on fire. That would be bad. We've already got the candles. We're talking about opening the ark, just opening. So in a moment, I'll ask the teens to come up so you're on hand to open the ark when it's time to open the ark. Wow, yeah, no, that would be bad. So our thoughts turn to those who are in need of healing, whether it is healing of mind or of body or of spirit. And so we read a list of names in the congregation of those that we're thinking of for healing, and then afterwards, I'll actually invite anyone who is so moved to share a name of someone that you're hoping for healing for. First, the congregation is thinking for healing of Jim DeArmond, Pearl Levin, Carol Friedman, Carol Wallace, Carol Solomon, June Van, Rabbi Michael Matchison, Sherry Chait, Larry Michelov, Antoinette Worrell, Linda Chambliss, Judge Frank Caprio, Fran Marcus, Howard Silvers, Paige Hedrick, Jane Stewart, Kathy Weiner, Rob Moreland, Ben Beltran, Jeff Mayer, Linda Margulis, Sadie Charlotte Schwartz, Dean Fiandaca, Arthur Iglico, Rose Iglico, Carolyn Boyles, David Charles, Ken Friedman, Dawn D'Amelia, Jackie Gould, Michael Bierman, Nancy Rubenstein, all Israelis still being held hostage, all Israeli soldiers injured in this war, and all civilians injured in any war. And so if there's anyone here that has a name of someone that you are praying for healing, and you'd like to share their name with the congregation, I invite you to do so as my eyes meet yours. We hold all of their names together as a community. I'd like to invite our teens to come up and help me open the ark. And when they open the ark, we'll turn to page 371, and to rise in body or spirit. Mi sheberach avoteinu Imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May those who will not be healed on this earth be blessed with nights free from suffering and days filled with peace. May God grant strength and comfort to those who care for the sick. And may God help us to find hope and courage as we face fear and loss. May all who are ill be surrounded by the love of friends, loving companions, family, and community. And let us say, Amen. You may be seated. And now we take a few moments for silent meditation, for the prayers of your heart. And to come out of silent meditation will be on page 180 where those say shalom, if you want to turn to it in advance. So please take a few moments for silent meditation. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. And so, set up a few words, and I always like to take one more opportunity before giving the sermon to wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom. All right, we're still here, we're still awake. This is great. Some of that energy, I'm sure, comes from March Madness. I know that I've been watching, and I'm sure many of you have too. And I know I'm cheering for Michigan. Go Blue. I'm sure you all have your favorite teams. I'm glad they're still in it, the men's, although the women's are not still in it, but next year, for the women's next year. Michigan's colors are maize and blue, and I promise you, I had no say in the sunflowers and irises theme that's going on in the tables out there. That was none of my doing, none whatsoever. Still, I'm happy to celebrate my victories where I can get them. So, about March Madness. Everyone is coming together to root for their teams. It's a big deal. There's a lot of good energy, a lot of great skill. All those players, all those coaches, all those staff, and then of course all of us with all of our energy. Imagine though, if all those people, if all of us came together in one project all together for one cause, for one main cause ordained by God. In this Torah portion, that's what we have. In this last Torah portion at the end of the book of Exodus in Pekudei, all the tribes of Israel come together for the construction of the tabernacle. They're building this huge structure to hold the Ten Commandments with all these special items. They've been getting these instructions for a while, and in this Torah portion, they finally finish it. Our ancestors finally finish this task they've been given, working all together. It's a huge event to see so many people working together. And also, many of us here, and I know all of us in our hearts, are working together for Spread Cream Cheese, Stop Hate, right? A lot of us here are already coming together for this new project, for this project where we join together and combine our efforts to fight hate, to fight anti-Semitism. And so, even though we don't have the same numbers as all the sports players and all the fans of March Madness, we don't yet, we're working on it, we're doing our part to begin this process of coming together and fighting hate. And so, to all of our interfaith partners for Spread Cream Cheese, Not Hate, for all of you that are here, for all of you that have done so much work standing with our community together, I thank you. It is a wonderful effort that you're making. We are shoulder to shoulder in the fight against anti-Semitism and all forms of hate. I appreciate your commitment and your allyship. So as I mentioned, this week we end the book of Exodus. And what we say when we end a book of the Torah is this phrase in Hebrew. It is chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Strength, strength, and let us be strengthened. That we should all come together in our study, in our worship, in our common causes, and be strengthened in that community. This Torah portion teaches us that with the success of building the Mishkan, the goal is accomplished. God actually comes down in this column of fire. We can see this column of fire by day, and there's fire in it. Column of cloud by day, and there's fire in the cloud at night. We have this effort succeeded in having God visibly dwell among us with the success of the Mishkan. And so, one of the things that I take with me for that, is that even though we don't see that fire in the cloud at night anymore, we can know that it's there and appreciate the divine spark in all of us. It didn't go away. That divine fire, that divine spark is within every person. And I'd like to think that when we join together in these efforts of Spread Cream Cheese, Not Hate, when we come together as a group, those inner sparks, those divine sparks shine a little brighter. And so, as we read, for the cloud of God was upon the tabernacle that day, and fire was in that cloud by night, before all the eyes of Israel throughout their journeys. And so this cloud, when it was settled on the tabernacle, we didn't go. But when the cloud lifted, the people of Israel know that it's time to go with the tabernacle and to move forward. And so we may not have that symbol in front of us telling us when to move or when to stand still, but I believe that divine spark within us can guide us, can help us know when to move forward, when to lean back, and can guide our purpose, our traditions, our shared traditions. Judaism, Christianity, Islam, all these Abrahamic traditions can guide us in our deciding when to move forward and when to move back, when to stay and when to go. And so all of us have come together in that sacred purpose. We're not in the wilderness with a portable sanctuary, but we are journeying together with a mission. We are journeying together to fight anti-Semitism and to stand up against hate in all its forms. This work is holy work. Every time we educate people about history, we learn more. We can stand up together knowing our history. Every time we stand up against hate, we get to see that divine spark within. We get to feel it growing stronger. We get to stand with each other in solidarity. And every time we partner with other people, people of different faiths and backgrounds and experiences, we weave together a stronger fabric of a world that honors human dignity. This is sacred work that we do, that all of you are doing together. And so, all of us, every single person, keeping this in mind that we are all created in God's image, B'Tselem Elohim, helps us, I think, to see that energy, to feel that energy, that divine spark within everyone. And so we're on this mission, and our sparks join and get brighter together. We're still on this journey together. We're still carrying out and doing something sacred in this work. And just as our ancestors in our tradition built this sanctuary for God, not of gold or of silver, the one that we are building, the sanctuary that we are building, is one of compassion and justice and love. And so, in closing, may this work that we do together, may this praying that we are doing together, help us to be strengthened on our journeys. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Shabbat shalom, everyone. And so, I'd like to invite up, actually, we're going to have another ark opening and a couple of songs. And so if I could actually please honor and thank the planning committee, the people that came together and planned Spread Cream Cheese, Not Hate. All the adults who were part of the planning, please come up and help me open the ark. We're going to be on page 678, 678. For Hatikva, and then we'll go into the Aleinu. And once they open the ark, I'll invite you to rise in body or spirit. Page 678. Kol od balevav pnima, nefesh Yehudi homiya, ulfate mizrach kadima, ayin letzion Sophia. Od lo avda tikvatenu, hatikva bat shnot alpayim, liotam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim. Liotam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim. And now we turn back to page 586, 586, and invite you to remain standing in body or spirit for a little longer. And please join with me at the bottom of 586. Leinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kagayeh ha'aratzot, velo samanu kimishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'goralenu kechol hamonam. V'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim v'yosed haaretz umoshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al ushchinatu zo Begove meromim, hu Eloheinu enod, emed malkeinu efes zulato, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You can close the ark. The people that come up to close the ark sometimes don't know what they're getting into. So thank you all very much for, yes, songbooks. Thank you all. You may all be seated. And so we have a couple more honors. Thank you again, everyone, who has participated in the service. Longer ark openings than you bargained for. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm even worn out by these ark openings. Okay, ark openings, and I'm glad you could come up. Glad you could come up for all the parts of the service, so thank you. And again, thanks to everyone who, all of your work that you did with Spread Cream Cheese, Not Hate. And so now, if I could invite up Kevin Drew, lay leader from Our Lady Star of the Sea, to read for us on page 589. 589.
Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all, created in your image, become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever.
And now, I'd like to invite up Ron Rappaport to lead us in a reading on, in honor of the yard site, the anniversary of the passing away of his father, Solomon Rappaport. Yeah, whichever page you want.
Page 595, please. It is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our life have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us only what we were in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and our words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives more fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world. In each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each one, whose life now ended brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone, and every life finds purpose.
our thoughts turn to those whom we have lost. We think of those whom we have lost within the last year. Gregory Wayne Berger, David Dunn, Barry Schoenfeld, Milton Margulis, David Shaknovsky, David Friedman, David Cohen, Mike Hyman, Alice Macaulay Schumer, Carol Mandel, Helen Gerber, Jerry Chait, Shirley Mendelson, and Bryce Roughton. And we're thinking of those whom we have lost at this time in years past. Anna Adler, Lenora Barkin, Virginia Ginger Davidson Silvers, Helen Diamond, Rita Helfand, Harvey Lupu, Annette Marco Pennon, Yocheved Ram, Solomon Rappaport, Edward Rosenrich, and Martin Russ. If there's anyone here that has a name of someone that you are holding in your heart that you have lost, that you'd like to share with the community, I invite you to do so as my eyes meet yours. We hold all of them together as a community. We turn to page 598, 598. I invite you to rise in body or spirit. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam U'Almei Almaya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh. V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yithalal Shmei D'Kudusha B'richu. Le'ela Min Ko Birchata V'shirata. Tushbechata V'nechemata. Damiran Be'alma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah Min Shemaya. V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in the heavens bring comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, amen. You may be seated. Let's turn to page 626, 626, for our second to last song, Ein Kelohenu, which praises the God that we all share. 626. Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkenu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mi Elohenu, Mi Chadonenu, Mi Chemalkenu, Mi Chemoshienu. Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. We turn to page 603, 603, which is a prayer that the priests used to say in ancient days, and it comes right out of the Torah, a prayer to say over the people. So we have our own little ritual that we add into this ritual on page 603. And so after each part that I say in the Hebrew, I invite all of you to say, Ken Yehi Ratzon, which means, be this God's will. And you'll hear some people saying it really loudly, so feel free to join in. And then there'll be the English, and yes, people are already standing, so please rise in body or spirit. And then we end at the end with Shalom, which is peace. So please join together for the Shalom when we get there. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, shalom. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. Shabbat shalom, everyone.